right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're doing great. My name is Rob, and today I'm going to show you how to use the contacts and conversation sections of the application. This is where you're going to be doing all of your communicating, having all your conversations with your customers. Um, so it's definitely an important part of Animal CRM for sure. So let's start with the contacts page. So we're going to go to the contacts page, and it's really just a list of your contacts. So got a list here. You know, if you want to make it 20, 50, 100 drop down or 100 contacts, you can. Um, there's only 20 contacts in this test account I'm using right now. But we can go here and click filter, and that'll give us a bunch of different filters we can use. So we can just filter by like text, so we can look for Felix, right? There's Felix. Clear that out. Byron, or we'll do Byron's phone number. We can search by his phone number. So, I mean, that can be helpful if you're looking for one person. You could search by email addresses too. Um, oops, right? Yeah, and then you can just click clear them all, clear all the filters at once. We can select by pipeline. So, which is funny because we got, let's say we're going through and calling leads, and we're like, okay, so we got one of our pipelines here. We've got all these people that have been quoted but need to be followed up. Let's see if, okay, so we got one person. Let's say, let's look for something with a bunch more people, like new. Um, okay, let's just say new. So like we got to call both of these people. We can go like click on their profile page, and it's got our conversation with them right here. It's got their information, the stage of the pipeline they are in, their jobs, estimates, invoices, any other properties. Um, and so I can send them an email, boom, boom, boom. I can give them a call, maybe write a note, call back tomorrow. Whatever it may be. Um, it's got the date there. And then I can go to the pipeline, move them to the next column, click save, lead updated successfully, go back, and then they're gone. Because now we're looking for people on the new stage. They're not in the new stage anymore. So we're going to do the same thing with Kevin. Send him an email, boom, 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 give him a call, write a note, and then move him to contacted. Save that, go back, and now we're empty. So we can go to our contacted if we want and do our next step with, see, we got 4 people in this step. We can do our next step of our sales pipeline. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that as well. And go ahead and source, and we can search by our different sources. So you can add a bunch of sources like BNI. You might meet a lot of people at BNI, so if you want to see the people you meet at BNI, you can filter by BNI. Company. So just like if you want to have a bunch of contacts from the same company, you can filter by a company then, right? And so it's like, okay, these are my 3 people at McLean Burge. So I'm gonna be working with all these people to get the deal done, maybe, right? Um, Job type. So this one's super nice. Is so you have your products here, right? Your jobs. You go to your products. Right, we've got our different products. We can go here, contacts, filter by contacts. So if we want to see everyone we were doing house washings for, we can see them all here. We can click all of those guys, check all their boxes. We can send them an email. You might be talking about house washings. We're doing a house washing deal. They've bought them in the past, maybe they'll do it again. So I'll show you this really quick. You can select a domain. So if you don't have a domain set up, you got to go here, you go to your contacts, you go to your domains. You set a domain up here. I have example.com set up for domains, but really quickly, I'll just go over this. You add your domain where you want your emails to come from, and then you add a, where you want those emails to come from at your domain. Like in this example, it'd be no reply at mg.example.com, right? This one's not verified right now. As you can see, it's got to get verified, and it's not verified. We're not going to go too deep into that in this moment. I'll make another video about this. But all that is to say, if you want to send all those people an email from a certain domain, that's how you'd go about setting it up, and then you can select the domain you want to send from here. Add the subject, add the message, schedule when you want the email to be sent. You can add these little placeholders here, and they will replace the text, get replaced by, like, for example, your contact's first name, last name, and email. So, really quick, I'll just do it. Send a few emails. Just copy and paste it into both, and I'll send it right now. So we'll get a bunch of emails here. There you go. See, first name, last name, email, phone number. So that's how you can send emails to a bunch of different people at once too. You can look through them, send emails, take notes, be in here, change information, take notes, set tags. You can see their properties, all their jobs, estimates, invoices. Send them emails. You can read any emails they've sent you in here too. So super handy. All right, and then you can create leads, contacts right here by clicking this. You can create one at a time. And then you can also import multiple at a time. So you can select a file and then map all the columns of your file to all the fields in the system, all the contact fields in the system. So I'm not going to do this right now. But yeah, and that's it. And then we also have the board view. So like we have our sales pipeline, we can see how many contacts are in each lane of our sales pipeline. So that's cool. So that's pretty much it for the contacts view. And then we have the conversations view, which is going to be any of your contacts. It's just going to be, you have all your messages, emails between each other. So if you send them emails, any emails that get sent to them as part of the system. So like appointment reminders, sending them invoices, all that'll show up here in your conversations too with your customer. And then you can, add some notes and some tags and stuff too. And page is gonna get improved. It's pretty soon here. So, but yeah, this is more just your contact or just your conversations that you can search for too. But all this information is also just in their contact profiles as well. And this is a little bit more of a beefed up view. And then down here, if we open up Manage, we can set up some of these things that I've been talking about. So like you can set up a pipeline, create a new pipeline. You can set up your sources, create new sources, and then you can filter your customers by those sources, like I said before. This just gets you a list of all your emails that you've sent, so that's handy. And then your domains, we kind of talked about that before, and we're going to talk about it again later. And then your custom fields, we haven't talked about that at all, so you can add a custom field. So if I want to say birthday, I'm going to make it a date. I'm going to make it required. All right, created that custom field. Now if I go back to my contacts, go to Leo, birthday. So, I'm going to say, boom, there's your birthday. And so you can add your own fields that you want, that's specific to your business. So yeah, that is about it for those. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. You can also look at the Animal University User's Guide. Click the Animal University User's Guide, and we've got some video tutorials in here, and I'm going to be filling this up with all kinds of good information about the product. So hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.